Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 22 along the path, and since we're still in New Year's mode, some questions to ask yourself about guiding yourself and others through the coming new year. Now, let's get started on the path for today. Welcome. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And as we mentioned at the intro, this is step number 22. My name is Bill Sklodowski, along with my friend Vicki Wagoner, spiritual coach, whatever we choose to call her. She's got so many titles. She's like, I don't know what it is. She's like a pinch hitter in baseball. She just does everything, I guess. I don't know. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, and Happy New Year.
Yes, this as we record the show, this one comes out next week in a couple days. But anyway, it's one of the first shows that we're recording for the brand new year of 2025. And we were both just talking before we started recording. I'm not going to say it's not off to a great start. It's just off to a start.
A new beginning.
It's a new thing, right? Is that just what we get when we get to be, I don't want to say our age. I always hate saying that, but is like, it's not as like bright, sunny, everything is possible kind of a thing anymore. I really don't want to start the show off on a downer like this. It's not that it's a downer. It's just that if we were expecting like unicorns and rainbows, yeah, they haven't showed up yet.
Oh, really?
I know.
Hey, just think of it. It beats the alternative.
Yes, we're here.
Okay, we're here.
We are engaged with life. We are here, and we are here for our friends, our listeners here on the program. We are here for our friends in everyday life. We're in the communities we live and all of that. And we were just talking before, again, the recorder started that my group, the group of seniors and others that I am involved with here in the Gainesville, Florida area where I live, we played pickleball on New Year's Day, just because I think nobody else had anything better to do, and it was a beautiful, gorgeous day. So yay! Nice. Yep. For all of you folks going through winter up north, don't hate me because I'm in Florida, but it's okay. But I also, in the process of playing pickleball, stretched a couple of back muscles that hadn't been stretched in a certain way, probably in many years. And now I'm paying for it. So, yeah. I'm starting off the new year with some literal growing pains, some literal pains. So anyway, I don't want to make this a bummer, but I'm just telling the truth. That's just what's happening out there.
Well, get some of that. What is it?
Icy hot.
Icy hot. Icy hot. That works. It's good, and maybe do like some light stretches or something,
Yes. I've been YouTubing. Been checking on YouTube to see what kind of stretching, or at least what kind of, try this and yes, but stretching it's a little painful this morning. So anyway.
It's not like, bend down and touch your toes, but maybe just kind of like sit in the chair and maybe stretch forward or to side, back and forth. It's easy. Yeah. I'm not asking you to do like a disco dance or pole dance.
Oh, thank you. Good. I appreciate that. Yeah. Touch my toes. You're so funny. That wasn't even going to happen on a good day. So, anyway, we hope that all of our friends had good New Year's experiences, whatever they may have been. Some folks went out, some folks stayed home, some folks had parties, some folks just had a party of one or two at home, and whatever that worked for you. Here we are, ready to get into the new year and 2025. Just when you thought, can this craziness that was last year be over? We're starting the new year with some more craziness. So it's a weird world out there, and I don't have an answer for it. And
it absolutely is.
I don't know. I just don't know. And you were talking about some of the things you're doing or not doing, and a little bit of boredom here and there, a little bit of cabin fever, a little bit of all of that sort of a thing, and you can only rearrange the closet so many times, and then
Yes.
I don't know what happens after that. I don't know. So
A lot of reading books.
books are good, but
Books are
I
good.
books are very good, and there have been a couple that I have revisited that I picked up one that I started reading a while ago, and I found renewed interest in a book called Atomic Habits. And
Oh,
it's not about building atomic bombs. It's not an
okay.
Oppenheimer thing. It's yeah. It's a very popular book. Probably most I don't know if a lot of our friends will have heard of it. If you do any reading in the personal growth, personal development space, you may have heard about it. The premise of the book is one that you probably would approve of, Miss Vicky, because when he says atomic, he's talking about the smallest, teeniest little thing, like
Oh,
an atom that
yeah.
that makes up stuff. The atoms that make up stuff. So when he talks atomic habits, he talks about the small little things that you need to start hopefully changing some beliefs about
Yeah.
to make bigger changes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and again, I'm just getting into the book, and I'll tell you more as I read it as we go. But one of the big ideas of these tiny little changes is rather than thinking about the outcome,
Mhm.
rather than thinking I want to lose 20 pounds or I want to whatever I want to do for, the new year or whenever you decide a new habit, is
Right.
to make is the change that he believes you want to make first is the change in your conscious and therefore subconscious beliefs about the kind of person you are and becoming the kind of person that does the thing that you're looking to get to.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm explaining that well or not, but it's like,
Yeah.
but for somebody, for example, who wants to lose some weight, and my hand's in the air for that one. Um, I'm the kind of person who makes good choices at the grocery store because I'm looking to maintain my good health or may improve my, physical health or well-being or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm the kind of so it's that thing. It's the thing you tell yourself about yourself over and over and over so that your subconscious begins to believe it.
Right.
Right? Because we know that that's what pretty much rules things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the kind of person that does this, that thinks this way, that acts this way, knowing again, kind of behind the scenes, you're kind of telling yourself, yes, I'm that kind of person because I know that that's the kind of person that's going to lose 20 pounds or is that going to get better at this thing or it is going to become a better parent or whatever you're looking to choose. So I kind of like that. It's like,
Huh.
you're not looking to just go through the kitchen and clean out the refrigerator all at once because it's time you want to lose 20 pounds. Well, okay, that's a nice idea, but the next time you go to the grocery store you're still buying the junk food or whatever. So then the question becomes, what kind of person would it take, what kind of person do you choose to become? Maybe that's
Mm.
the good thing
Yeah.
to support the good outcome that you're looking to get to. I hope
Right.
that made some sense there. And if
Yeah.
I, yeah. So go find the book. It's at all the bookstores.
Yeah.
It's in the library. It's called Atomic Habits. And if I
Atomic
find it, I'll let you
habit.
know who wrote it. But it's a cool book and all of that sort of thing.
Well,
Do
yeah,
you?
I like that.
Yeah. Do you in your dealings with people with clients and stuff like that? Do you when somebody says they want to make a change like that? Well, I should say like that. If they want to make change in their life, they're doing
Right.
something that is not supporting them or that they don't think that they, whatever. Whether it's lose weight, better parent, I don't know, better at work, whatever it is how would you start the process there of getting somebody into that I don't know if the word mindset is the right word or whatever, but I want to bring you into the conversation here and just see if that, if you've got some ideas on that as well.
Hey, it's Bill, stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
Well, it's looking at the core of what's making you want to eat so much. Why are you, to begin with, hurting yourself by, thinking that you can hide behind food. You got to look at what the core issue really is.
Ah,
Food
so
is just
you're hitting it from a little different point of view here. You're looking at it
yeah.
from yeah,
What, a lot of times when we're little, we hear things, we're told things, and we look at these great big people and we go, oh, okay, well, it must be right because they're big and they know everything. Well, the problem is that they also have issues going on within their own selves. And
right.
sometimes they don't want to look at it, so they project it onto, their children or other people. So it's really sitting back and going, what am I using food for, or whatever, it is, alcohol or whatever,
Right.
why am I trying to hide from something that is right in front of me, but I don't want to see it?
Do you think, I mean, do you think that's the case with a lot of people that
Mhm.
have, well, let's just stay with the weight thing, because that's something I'm been
Well,
challenged by for only about 50 years. So, would you say that that Bill needs to what? That needs to look at, say that again. Say that again. Tell me, tell it to me. I mean, I'm
well,
sure you've done it in the past before, but let's try again. Try again.
it's like, food or alcohol or, gambling or something. What are you using this for to
Right.
distract you from what is really going on? Something is making you look outside of yourself, because if you're busy, you don't have the time to go within and go, why am I eating so much food? Why am I drinking so much, alcohol? Why am I, you know, um, doing, whatever you're doing? It's because that's the way of feeling that you can control it. Like you can
Mm.
control how much am I feeding myself? How much am I drinking? It's a way to hide in plain sight, is you don't have to look at, I'm really hurting, I'm really angry, or I'm really sad, or, I can't keep relationships or anything, whatever the issue is. So you have to get into the quiet and go, why am I looking outside of myself instead of going within and going, what happened? What happened to me? Why am I doing this? Why am I obsessed with this? Because it's a
I,
distraction and people
right.
don't want to feel the pain. And what you got to do is you got to feel the pain. You got to embrace
Right.
it. Okay, I've got this pain, this happened to me. Again, I feel most of it happens in childhood because we're little and we look up at these giant people, like I said before, and they know everything. Well, again, they have little people in them,
Yeah, they
and they're
don't know any more than we do.
exactly. So
Right.
it takes, and I had to do this. It took a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of, hurt and anger and crying and so forth. You need to get it all out so you can step back and go, okay, I got all this crap out, what's the issue? How was I treated? How was I looked at? How was I, seen as, to me, I was different than everybody in my family.
Hmm.
I know things, I feel things, I sense things, I'm very bold. I take things on. And my family didn't like it, especially my dad was, bless his heart, he's long gone. Um, but I was the one that was always targeted because I was the one that knew things, felt things, did things,
Right,
I took
right,
action.
right.
And that, for me, I learned to, withdraw and, kind of stay back and not say anything, not do anything, because then that was less, abuse that I got. But it also had hindered my life for a long time until I said, you know what, I got to look at why, I've got a voice, I got a lot of gifts, I
Right,
love, working with people. Why am I hiding?
right, right.
And I did. I worked with a hypnotherapist. That's how I got into all this. And I had to look at the truth of I scare people. Just- I do. And there's lots of
Okay,
people that appreciate me, but I scare people because I just come out and go, here it is.
right. Speak the
Yet
truth. Yeah.
speak the truth. Yeah, I've had a lot of people that I've worked with and wonderful people that I'm honored to say that I helped change their life because of what I experienced. I knew exactly what they were feeling. So I
Right.
got right to, to the point and said, here it is. We got to look at it. You can kick and scream and cry and curse and do whatever you want. Get it out. And then
I,
be your true self.
right, right. So, on a slightly related note, not 100% the same, but similar. I'm not a big fan of his, but he did. Dr. Phil did have one thing that he said years ago that stuck with me, and that is, no matter what it is that you're doing that might be negative, self-destructive, whatever. I mean, some things are really bad, self-destructive stuff.
Oh,
Some
yes.
things
Yeah.
are just not the best for you. You could have made a better decision. But
Mhm.
in any of those cases, he would always say, somewhere, somehow, you are getting some payoff from the thing that you're doing,
Yeah.
even if it's not the best choice.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I get it. I mean, and I see that with myself with food. Of
Mhm.
course, I see that. That's easy to see. It's like, oh, this cookie tastes really good right now. Tomorrow it's going to show up on the scale and I'm going to curse myself.
Yeah.
But right now,
Mhm.
awesome. So I get that. And there's a lot of ways that that can show up in other parts of life as well, like you
Right.
said, whether it's drinking
Right.
or lifestyle choices of all different kinds, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is that part of, and for me, it would simply be when you said feel the pain. Sometimes, it's like, okay, is it a pain to not have the cookie? No, not really, but still, it's the pain is in limiting yourself in some way for a better, greater good somewhere down the road. But right now, damn it, those cookies look really good. So
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, I hear that. I do. And yeah, facing the immediate thing versus the long-term want or desire or whatever is a big deal. And I think for you, like you were talking about how people have dealt with things that have been given to them in childhood or whatever,
Right.
that formula, that immediate payoff versus long-term thing it's not, payoff might be the wrong word, but yet if this is how I've always reacted to something, even
Right.
because it's something somebody gave me, a parent, a teacher, a whatever, an adult, even though it's something that they gave to me, and I kind of have that in my tool bag or whatever you want to call it, in my conscious mind, unconscious mind, as a way to react to something. It's like, well, I've always done it this way. This is the easiest way to do it because this is what I was given and I don't have to think about it. And here it is. I can just react this way.
Yeah.
And maybe an hour later or a day later, you go, yeah, I've been reacting like that for years now.
Mhm.
Maybe again, here we are with facing some of the pain of
Mhm.
why the heck am I doing that? And is there a better way? Well, there's
Yep.
always a better way, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I do. So what can you tell somebody to say, all right, it's gonna be a little painful, or I don't know if painful is the right word when it comes to things like cookies.
Yeah, no, those are always
When
good.
it comes to food, yeah, they're always, that's the problem. They're always good. Cookies never disappoint.
I know.
I will have to say, I went to my local warehouse club yesterday, not going to name names, but I went to my local warehouse club yesterday and bought the house brand frozen pizza. I told you I was going to have a pizza the other day.
Yeah.
And I did, and it was awful. And I'm like so disappointed.
Hmm. I'm sorry.
It's like, okay, I could have called my friends at Domino's. They'd have brought something over hot and fresh, and I knew it would have been good. I mean, it's Domino's. Okay, it's not going to be fabulous, but it would have been so much better than the thing that I had to put up with. And here's the problem. Here's the problem. There's two more of them in the freezer because
Oh,
it came in you had to buy them three at a time. And I'm like, Bill, if you were really brave, if you really no, so here's the corollary of what Miss Vicki just said. If I was really brave and I really faced the pain, I'd just throw those suckers out. I
yeah.
would just throw them away.
Yep.
But I can't bring myself to do it.
I know because you don't waste food,
I
you
don't waste.
think of the hungry people, in
Oh,
China or
that's right.
whatever.
Starving children all over Europe or whatever, wherever those
All over the
starving
world.
children were when we were kids.
Oh yeah. And
Send
that's
them the damn pizzas, right?
I have the same thing. It's because
I know.
there were seven kids to feed,
Right,
and my parents and my grandma, and it's like you don't waste anything. And if you don't like it, you sat there until midnight, you know,
right.
you just ate it, Oh, and it was torture. So I have
Torture.
that same thing as like you don't waste food, you think
Right,
of all the starving people, in the world, and it's like guilt trips. And a lot of being little is and bless parents' hearts because I'm a parent, is you feel like you're doing your best, but it's guilt trips sometimes. You make people feel guilty and then you go, oh gosh, I got to be a good person. Well, good luck with that because we have our moods, we all have our
right,
moments.
right. So you're saying so what you said just to because that was important. That was an important point there. That we've been given a lot of these beliefs and stuff out of negativity, out of negative consequences, out of negative what like you said, a guilt trip that a parent puts on a child that it's like, oh, think of all the I mean, again, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore if it is. But people of again, our age, we all heard that when we were
Oh,
kids. Think of the kids that are starving in who knows where,
yeah,
around the world. So you should damn be grateful and eating what's in front of you and it's like, but I
yes.
don't like it. So
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
re- we got that guilt, and
Oh,
now we
yeah.
have guilt over the thing, and
Yeah.
the eating the again we're going to stick with that because that's what we've been talking about, I guess. But it applies to a lot of stuff.
Oh,
The guilt
yeah.
trip and the now we have that inbred unconscious thing going on. It's not even unconscious. It pops up and it rears its
Yeah.
ugly head every time I think I should throw those two doggone terrible pizzas away. And I can't bring myself to do it. So
Yeah.
why
Because you
not,
gotta
Bill? Well, exactly.
You got to think of all the others that don't have anything. And, which is, it's a nice thing to think, but, the way that it's presented, with that
Yes.
pressure, and it's like, oh my God, and they're big people, so they know everything,
Right.
and really, we look and we go, well, they've been around a long time, so they, must know a lot. And the reality is again, they have little kids in them that they're, just
we're
regurgitating.
all we're all working through. We're all working
Mhm.
past the same. We're all working past all those beliefs and ways of thinking that we were given as children. And it doesn't matter if you're 15, 55, or 95, you're still doing the same thing. Isn't
Yes.
that crazy? Isn't that weird? I mean,
It's,
it sounds weird, but I know it's kind of like it's one of those,
but
it's always been done that way. It's like kind of we're
yeah.
stuck with it. Well, we're not really, but I mean,
So this
unless
this
you
is
think about it.
yeah, so this is the opportunity for someone to step back and go, oh, what have I been doing over and over again that maybe I just need to question? It doesn't mean that the person's good, bad, right, or wrong. It just means maybe it doesn't fit anymore.
Right.
It's like, when you're little and you keep growing and growing and growing, you keep getting new clothes. Well, as we're growing and growing, growing, we're getting new thoughts, new perceptions, new way of looking at things. And like that book that you're talking about, it's helping
Right.
you to see things from that different perspective
Right.
and
Right.
understand that these have been ingrained, yet you have the option to stay that way or to go, well, wait a minute, let me just kind of challenge this and see how can I grow from it? How can I learn from it? How can I inspire somebody else to maybe do the same thing?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. But start with yourself. I mean,
you have to
really,
start with yourself.
start with
Absolutely.
yourself.
And I'm the
Yeah.
first one to say, on the average day, today's a good day.
Right.
Yesterday, don't ask me about it. But that's part of being human. And that's part
Right.
of being an adult to go, yeah, I have good days, I have bad days. And being okay to say that, because not every day is rosy. So, and it's okay if you have a down day. How long do you want to stay in it? And what are you going to do to change it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah,
where your choice.
that's where the work starts. What am I
That's where,
going to do to
yes,
change it?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and of course that's the whole not that's not the entire purpose of this program, but it's one of the main one of the main topics of this program is generating some self-awareness and being
Yes.
able to go, all right, I've been doing it that way. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to,
Yeah.
as
And if
my
it
old
works,
friend says, shout out to my old buddy, Dr. Ed,
yeah.
maybe today you'd like to make a different decision.
Yes.
Just not that what you were doing was wrong, not that what you were doing was stupid. No, just today, maybe something different.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And if
Who
if it
knows?
works, great. And if not, then try something different. Or
And
if
you
you're
can
happy with
make
what you
another,
got,
yep. And you can make a
keep
different
going.
decision on a different day. Absolutely, positively. So yeah. So here we are, new year, all of that
Yes.
stuff. If there's things
Oh
you're
yeah.
doing for the new year that you're still doing and you're still going, I told myself I was going to do something different in 2025. Well,
Hmm.
maybe that's how it starts. Maybe that's how start to think in terms of I could do something different. I could so there's a good question. If we're not taking the advice, the guidance, the rules, the whatever that we were given as children by those big people,
Hmm.
well, that leaves a pretty big hole in my conscious way of thinking, subconscious way of thinking. I guess the question then is, what do I fill that hole back up with? how do
Well,
I, what am I doing? What's my process? Or I don't know, process might be too big of a word. Where do I start
you
in doing
start
something different?
by looking at it and go, do I want to do something different? Is there something that I want to change?
Right.
So what would some of the small steps be for me to, venture into this whole different avenue of my life? Just start out
Hmm.
small. Like the
Mm-hmm.
cookies, you're talking about the cookies. Okay. So you had, like one cookie. Okay, that was good. But what you would usually had like three or four. I don't know, me, I'd probably eat half the bag.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
but no, but taking the baby steps.
Right.
Think of it as when we're babies and we're starting to walk, man, if we get one or two steps, our parents, go gaga. But then all of a sudden we start going, well, wait a minute, they're happy with that. Well, maybe I can do a little bit more. So you're doing it for yourself. You're parenting your own self again. You're going, okay, well, I'm going to take this one step. Like, okay, let's go back to the pizzas is a good thing.
Right.
Okay, normally you wouldn't throw those out, but you're looking at it. Do I really I know I spent some money on it, but is it really worth me having these, not enjoying it, or can I give it to somebody else or can I just throw it out?
Right.
And so you lost, I don't know, you lost $10 or something,
Right. Right.
looking at you said, you know what? I don't like it. It doesn't feel good for me, so I'm just going to let it go. So how
Right.
many other avenues of your life can you say, I've been holding on to this. How can I just say, okay, I can change it, or it's time to just let it go? Because it's like you're carrying energetic baggage with you.
Absolutely. And in some cases you're carrying physical baggage and pizza in my
Physical
freezer.
baggage.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I get it. I do. So it's a matter of it starts with the decision of not gonna do the thing that I have been doing, obviously. I
Yeah.
mean, well, not obvious. I shouldn't say obviously, because maybe it's not obvious to some people, but
I
again,
mean,
go ahead.
but just looking at it, but one step at a time. Okay,
Right.
what's the one step going? Okay, you recognize you didn't like it. Okay, you didn't like this pizza. Okay, I'm not going to make that choice again. Now the next step is what are you going to do with it? Are you going to, sit there and suffer and complain? Or are you going to go, you know what? I could give it to a friend, or I can, just throw
Right.
it out.
Just unwrap them, toss them into the woods, and let the squirrels have them.
Let the squirrel-
They'll probably throw them back too, but that's not right.
See,
No,
and
I
laughter is a good part of the
always
changing. It lightens everything up and it goes, oh, so what's the big deal? I'm just going to throw them out.
right, right, right.
So,
And it's funny. Well, it is to me that there are so many things that I've bought, um, either not physical stuff, like information online, bought a program about this or a class about that or something. And I'm like, okay, it's 29 bucks, it's 39 bucks, whatever. And maybe it was good, maybe it wasn't, whatever. But it's like, the reason I'm saying that is because there are so many things that I have spent money on that it's like to think, okay, there's those pizzas, and you're right, it would literally be less than $10 now that I've eaten one of them. I think they were 3 for 10 or 12 or something like that. Doesn't matter. It's
right.
like the money part of it is not worth um the mental fog over having those doggone things in the freezer
Right.
haunting me
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tempting me to go, well, it's Friday night, should I have one of them now and get rid of one more? Because that's the way I think to myself, even if it was terrible, it's like, okay, I'll just get rid of those and I won't have buy them anymore in the future. Well, no, it's like, why make myself suffer?
I know. That's it. Because you got to be the good little boy and make sure you know that nobody's starving.
Nobody's, damn it. It's still 50, 60, 60 years later, more than that.
Yeah. I mean,
60 years later, it's
yeah,
still doing that.
things get really ingrained. That's why being patient with yourself, stepping back, little step, this little step that you take
Right.
changes everything. And then
Yes, it,
celebrating, I made that choice. I'm really proud of myself. I've learned a lesson. And then you keep moving forward because there's a lesson in everything, everything.
ask, write a note. I know you always keep your notepad handy. Write a note. Ask Bill about pizza next week. See if he threw them away.
I'm gonna do that. Here's my paper and
She's holding up her notepad now. You can't see it on the podcast. She's holding up her notepad and she is literally writing it down. Ask Bill about pizza next week. No.
pizza.
Oh,
Okay.
I've done an important thing. I have recruited an accountability coach, an accountability partner. I have
Oh,
recruited. I just did it. Right? I just recruited an
awesome.
accountability partner for myself who will give me heck live on the radio on the podcast next week in case I fail to throw away two pizzas that I really want to throw away. But again, there's that training there
And
that
it's
gets in the way of that.
mhm.
Crazy. It's just crazy the way your mind works. It's and it's not. The funny thing is, and this is a bigger subject. Maybe we'll wait for after the break. But I'm just thinking that it's like because I heard myself saying it's funny how your mind works, but it's not your mind. It's all the things that are in there that have been put in there programming wise. That
Yes.
now you're just another piece of the computer that's doing the thing with all that information, all that programming in the back.
Yeah, you just automatically bringing up that programming.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Whether it's cookies or pizza or whatever.
Well, relationships, jobs,
everything.
everything. Everything is affected by how we are approached when we're children. So this is our opportunity to step back and go, okay, this has been programming. Let me look at it. If it still fits and it's fine, keep it. If not, go, okay, how can I just change it? And, you're not hurting anybody.
Right.
You're just saying, I'm choosing to look at it from that different perspective.
Today I am making that different decision. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. So anyway, slow start. And as always, we're cranking along here, but let's take a quick break. But first, if somebody would like some help in making a different decision, I couldn't recommend my friend Vicki Wagoner any more highly than anybody else. I mean, just don't call Dr. Phil. He's not, never mind. He doesn't take private patients anyway. Miss Vicki does. She costs a lot less and she's a lot more effective.
Oh,
So
thanks.
you're welcome. So if I was interested in that sort of thing, how would I get in touch with you, please?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
And of course, all of those contact points will be in the show notes. And yours truly is restarting his iPhone video series. I know, for the new year. I know, it's crazy, but those are going to be hitting the YouTubes very soon. So if you just do a quick search on YouTube for hashtag Bill's iPhone tips, hashtag Bill's iPhone tips, you'll find my old videos and then the new ones as they show up. So all of that. Yeah, it's great. So anyway, take a quick break, go refill your coffee, and we will continue this conversation. A little kind of year-end review thing that I found from another guru that I follow, and we'll tell you all about that. And we will be right back. Welcome back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And as we said, this is step number 22 as we start into 2025. This is, I think, the second one of the new year. It doesn't matter. It's not important, but it is important that you are here, and we appreciate you joining. Yours truly, Bill Sklodowski, along with my friend Vicki Wagoner. And as we were talking on the break a little bit about, checking in and seeing how things are going, and New Year's stuff and all of that. And as we talked about before the break, if you're, if there's something there that you'd like a little help with, Miss Vicki would be happy to be able to help you with something like that. Like she said, that's something that what is it you like? What is it about the work that you love so much? What is it that well, that it's a simple question. What is it about the work that you do love so much?
I love inspiring people to believe in themselves, to trust themselves, to empower themselves.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
yeah,
so important, and yet we don't
yeah.
really think of it like that in everyday
Mhm.
life. Most people are just like, for better or worse, just trying to get by another day
Yes.
or working until they get to the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. That's a song by, I forget. But
You're right.
anyway, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think part of the message of this podcast, and I know the message of your work because I've experienced it, is that there's so much more to life than you can, just have in one quick little day by day experience kind of a thing. That there's more that you can do. I'm not putting work on people's plates. I'm saying there's more that you can experience in terms of happiness and
Oh,
connection, joy,
yes.
all those things. And sometimes we kind of overlook that stuff because we're too busy nose to the grindstone thing.
Yes,
Nose
very
into the
much.
grindstone, nose to the grindstone,
And
whatever it is.
I think it's nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, I know.
I think.
I think it is. Yes. But anyway, yeah,
Mhm.
there's that. And again, it's been a crazy year and it doesn't look like 2025 is going to be any less crazy. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But to me, that doesn't let me off the hook when it comes to creating a better life for myself and the people around me. It's like, okay, yeah, I realize life's crazy out there. I get it. That's not going to change. Or I think maybe a different way to put it would be, yes, life is crazy out there, and I can't, there's not a ton that I can do to affect the whole world, but I can affect myself. And by affecting myself, then I affect my little circle around me. And that
Oh,
ripples out, like we always say, like throwing the rock into the pond kind of a
oh,
thing.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just offering that kind of out there to people who might be a little bit, I don't know, you know, thinking a little bit cynical about the new year and all that sort of thing, because God knows it's been a crazy year and it's going to be another crazy year, et cetera. So anyway,
It's been
one
wild.
of the, I'm sorry, did you have anything you want to
No,
finish that thought there?
it's been wild.
It has, it really has.
Yeah.
One of the other people that I follow on social media is an author, a lady, a speaker named Mel Robbins.
Oh,
And
okay.
she has one of the most popular TED Talks of all time. You
Oh
can look her up.
gosh.
Yeah, and
Okay.
basically it's how to stop screwing yourself.
Oh,
And she very
okay.
much talks, yeah, she very much talks a lot about the way you do, Vicki, in terms of recognizing the things that you are doing that no longer serve you and then working to make changes on them. She
Absolutely.
had a post on Instagram just before the new year on making 2025 your best year yet. And I know that's a cliche, and I know a lot of people use best year yet kind of a thing. That's even a copyright program, I believe. But anyway, she had a list of a half a dozen things to think about with the new year, with the change of, from 2024 to 25. And I
Right.
thought I might go through some of the questions she posed on her Instagram
Oh,
account just to kind of throw them out there and see what you
yeah.
think about it. She says, these questions will help you gain clarity on what you want and create a plan to make it happen, which is exactly what we've been talking about.
Right.
And of course, she has her podcast and we have ours, so we can do that sort of thing too. But
Yep.
anyway, thank you, Mel. Shout out, hashtag Mel Robbins, if you want to go check out her podcast. But question number one, and then, so this kind of starts with where you were, and she asks, what are the people, experiences, and commitments that you had that created positive feelings, energy, and memories for you in the year just past? Which I like that.
Oh,
I like start
yeah.
from something positive, right?
Right. Yep.
And I don't know, maybe you want to write these down, folks, and then you can, kind of ask yourself, or you can just look her up on Instagram, Mel Robbins, and find her questions. But you
Yeah.
can might maybe work through this, and it might be helpful. But
Hmm.
I do like the idea, and I know you are the same with this, of what are the things that you've been through that have given you the positive, like she says, feelings, energy, memories for the year
Yeah.
just passed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's helpful. That's like,
Oh,
oh, what
yeah.
a terrible year. Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the good things.
The
Tell
good
me some
things.
of the
Yes.
good things that
Hmm.
happened to you.
Right.
And inevitably, there will be good things that happened to you in the past year.
Mhm. Oh,
Kind of
absolutely.
has to be.
Yeah. Mhm.
Can't be, I mean, unless you've been in prison.
Oh, God. Oh,
Don't go there. Yeah, don't
just
go there.
the
Yeah,
jeepers out of me.
yeah, no, thank you. But again, there has to. I don't want to, I don't want to force this on people and say there must be, but
Yeah.
I'm betting that if you give it some good thought,
Yeah. Yeah.
something good happened to you in the past year.
Yes.
There's,
Yeah.
probably a ton of things, and I can think of a ton of things. Sure, connecting with a whole bunch of new people to play pickleball with and all of that, and getting out and getting a little bit of exercise on a semi-regular basis, and all of that sort of things, and all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of things out there. You can be as specific or as generic as you want. So I like that. I like
Yes, I like that too. Yeah, and throwing up the two extra pizzas.
that. I told you next week.
Oh, next week. Okay, sorry.
That's all right. Good,
But
good thinking. Good thing. All right. Maybe I'll post that on Facebook. Maybe I'll post that on a Facebook group of Bill dropping the bad frozen pizzas into the trash can. Yeah.
it's
Great.
really important. I do that because humor is
Humor.
such a healthy, diet, such a healthy thing to have in your life.
It
It
really
just,
is.
yeah. And that,
It really is. Yeah.
keep that
And
humor.
besides, as I read on the dating websites, all the ladies say, I want a guy that makes me laugh.
Yes.
And I'm like, ooh, I got a chance.
Oh, you definitely do.
Okay.
You definitely do.
So moving along, Mel's question number two, which okay, now that we've done some happy things, you're allowed to reflect on the other side of things too.
Sure.
People experiences commitments that triggered negative feelings and emotions and energy. All right, that's fine. We're allowed to create a little balance because
Yep.
it all brings us to number three, which is what did you learn about yourself this past year?
Oh,
Right?
reflection.
Right?
Mhm.
And this now we're getting into some of that pain. I
Yeah.
think we might. Now, if however, I will say that if you've already written down the good stuff and
Mhm.
you've already written down the negative stuff, the positive stuff from last year, memories, experiences, commitments, whatever, positive stuff,
Right.
and you got some negative stuff, okay, now you can look at those two things, you can compare those lists, and you can say, all right, I made it through all of that stuff.
Yeah.
What did I learn about myself either through that stuff or something else
Right.
over the past year? What did I learn about myself?
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I've learned that I need to be I need to take action on a few more things
Okay.
rather than letting things slide. I'm really good on letting things like, it's okay. I don't have to
It'll
worry
be
about
there.
it. Yeah, yeah, I'll take care of that later. For me, that's my, you and I've talked about this, off the air, so to speak, about what I want to do for the new year and all of that sort of thing. And I know you're having similar things that you're going through with that. So, what did I learn about myself this year? Okay, I've learned for myself that it is up to myself, that it is up to Bill, that it's going to be all right, whether this is a good year, bad year, or whatever, a year to grow, a year to learn, that's on me. And sitting on the couch watching TV is not going to get much done for that. It's
Yes.
not going to, I'm saying it wrong, but it's not going to move the needle, as they say. It's not going to move the
Oh,
needle on the gauge, like
yeah.
what's happening or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It looked like had something to go with that. So the other one, number four, and this is kind of plays into the same thing. What are you going to
Okay.
stop doing in the coming year? What are you going
Oh,
to I'm like, damn, those cookies are coming back to haunt me. So anyway,
no,
I'm
it's a
just
good,
talking for Bill, but think
yeah.
to yourself, friends, listeners out there, just something small, something simple, something whatever. What are you going to stop doing in the coming year to
Yeah.
is going to get you more toward the positive outcome that you want and less of the negative outcome.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me, it's bad pizza and cookies. It really is. I mean, it's that's not 100% of the picture, but it can be something that simple and that easy, right?
Right. So you're respecting yourself, you're honoring yourself. Okay. You're reducing the cookies because you made a commitment to lose the weight and to get into back
Right?
into shape. And the
Right?
pizza is letting go of if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't work, let it go. So
Right.
that's what it's symbolic of.
Which
What other things maybe, you or I are holding on to, it's time to let it go.
right.
Excuse me, but I feel for me, just kind of jumping in, the letting go, I have to let go of the fact that the building that I was in, that I worked in for, 15 years, burned up in 5 minutes. I have to let that go because it's for the past year, it's been holding me, captive.
Right.
And
Right.
it's been very painful to even drive by there. So I purposely the other day drove by there to go, okay, this is it. It's final. It's not coming back and you got to let it go.
So, not surprisingly, question number 5 from Mel is, what are you going to start doing this year? We talk about what are you going to stop doing, when are you going to start doing? So
Start.
you already led us into that, which is releasing any
Yes.
of those things that might have been, it's a strong word, but it might be the good word here, the trauma, the
Yes.
things that caused you to, that caused a lot of pain, of suffering,
Oh,
or whatever, and that you may simply be holding on to out of habit or out of whatever. I know a lot of people have that process that they go through, that they tell themselves they might be just trying to work through something, but really all they keep doing is just regurgitating the same kind of stuff over and over.
yes.
It's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend on the phone last night, and I was reminded of of another friend, but that's kind of a three-step process. But anyway, of whenever somebody, this other person would have a problem or an issue or something, and I would ask about how's it going on this thing that you've been talking about. Well, I'm processing it. I'm processing it. I'm
Mhm.
like, when do you think you will be done processing and you will have it processed with a D
Processed.
on the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, that's a thing that you can both stop doing, processing, and start doing, making a decision about how you think and feel about something that happened in your life. And again, it's not like this has to be the be all and end all. And it's like, oh, I've decided this and now it's done. Okay, it is done for now. But if you want to revisit it in a year, or new information comes up, or you have new skills to use on this thing, that's fine.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to not spend too much more time. I always, in the back of my mind, I'm going, wasted time, wasted.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
people who are in that mode of processing all the time, I'm sure they don't think it's wasted time, but I sure do. And I can see that. And it's not that I'm smarter than they are. It's not that I have a different perspective. Something
Yes.
you and I talk about all the time.
Mhm.
I have a
Yeah.
different perspective, and it looks to me like you are, wasting some time on that.
I
I get it.
am.
So
I
what? I'm
fully
not
admit.
pointing. Well, I was pointing at you on the screen. I get it. Yeah, I didn't mean you specifically, but still, if the shoe fits, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
So you decided this year you are going to start releasing, or at least make the decision to release, which you've done,
Yeah.
the trauma that you had over the fact that,
Mhm.
yeah, you lost a big part of I'm going to say, of your life.
Yeah.
Maybe that's too strong, but I don't know.
Well, it's what I do is such a big part of my life. It's what I'm just very passionate about it and I love it. And I've been through a lot, so people feel very safe with me because I can pretty much, resonate with just about anybody with anything they come up with.
Right.
And so I feel that's part of my gift is that I embrace them for who they are. Instead of judging them, I embrace them and say,
Right.
you know what, I've been through this. And I hope it's okay to say, but one of my biggest challenges and one of my most wonderful moments is working with a pedophile. And
Mm-hmm.
my dad was. And
Mm-hmm.
so for me to work with this young man, and every year he sends me, it's been like 10 years, he sends me a gift at Christmas, and he's always thanking me, and it changed his life. He's got a relationship back with his daughter.
Right.
And
That's
it's,
amazing.
for me to be able to do that, for him to feel comfortable because he tried other people, therapists, and he was always judged. And I just embraced it as, things happen, and I know what you're feeling and I know what your daughter's feeling. And just working with him to look at, you made you made a mistake, you made a choice. So
Right.
what can you do to, and he went to prison for it. But and he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I just talked with him the other day, and he and his daughter have a wonderful relationship now. So that's what my passion is to get people to that side of, loving themselves again, respecting
Right.
themselves again, standing up in their
Right.
truth, being who they truly deserve to be.
Perfect, because Mel's number 6 question leads exactly from what we just said, which is, what are you going to continue doing this year? And I would suggest that we all continue on the path of finding ways to love and appreciate ourselves
Yeah,
first, and then the rest of the
absolutely.
world around us, because that's, I mean, if you've listened to this show at all, you know that that's what we preach here. I don't like that word, but
Lot.
that's what we preach. That's okay. That it's like you
Right.
are, as Vicky's line, I'll do it for her. You are your own best friend, or at least you
Yes.
should be.
Yes, you have to be.
You have to be. And so I'm going to suggest that we all continue to be our own best friend this year, and that's a good place to start. It really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be important.
I think so. I mean, it's one of those things that it's like it's I was going to wrong word. It's just so simple that it almost goes past you in terms of one of those, of course, kind of things that you just dismiss because
Oh,
it's so simple when you say it.
mhm,
And yet, if you stop and think about it, how are
yes.
you doing that in your real life? How is that working for you? How are you manifesting that in life?
Yes.
Now people got to stop and go, you're right. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. Which leads to Mel's number 7 question and final one. And that's the one we'll give you at the first of 2025. What can you do today to take that first step in the direction toward making 2025 your best year yet? Which,
Mhm.
perfect. I
Yep.
mean, I would say, if it's me, I would say good question, but I want to think in terms, I want to break it down, I think, a little bit more in terms of take the first step in the direction toward doing whatever it is you're seeking to do in 2025. You want to lose weight, you want to get a new job, you want to get a better relationship, you want to whatever.
Right.
Um, what is the first? Because there can be several first steps that you can do. For Bill, it's throwing away bad pizza. We already know that. We already know that.
Yes.
All right, that's the one thing where it comes to his health
Yes.
and health and weight loss and all that sort of thing.
Oh,
That's good.
absolutely.
That's a
Yes.
awesome. All right,
Yes.
now what else do you want, Bill? Well, okay, I want to get more exercise. Good. What's the one first step you can do on that? Well, I go ride my bike today. Perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to create a new YouTube video on something. Good. What's the one first? Okay, well, bring out the big microphone and the camera and all that and get ready to record a video. Good. That's a good
Right.
first step.
Yes.
So it doesn't, my point here is when Mel Robbins asks the question, she does it in terms of making 2025 your best year, whatever. That's big and bold and broad, and I appreciate that. And yet, for me, anyway, to do it in something that big, I can't get my hands around that. I can't get a grip on that, but I can get a grip on, all right, I want to lose 20 pounds. And the first way to do that is, one less cookie and throw away bad pizza. So
Yes.
whatever that means for you in whatever area you want to improve for the new year.
Yeah, because you got to think of it. Every step you take accumulates.
Right.
It's not how big the step is, it's did you take the step?
Right. Right.
And
Which is
somebody,
exactly what that early in this program, we talked about the book Atomic Habits, and it's not atomic
yes,
in terms of atomic power. It's atomic in terms of the smallest little particle of thing that goes into making up something. And like you
yes,
said, what's the first small step you can do? And that's kind of the way the book thinks in terms of changing habits as well. What's the little itty bittiest thing that you can do to
yep.
get your life started on the path in a different direction?
And every little thing matters. And I tell this to people all the time, and they look at me afterwards like, deer in the headlights because they never thought of it. You go to the beach, and the beach is so impressive. It's beautiful. If you look really close, one teeny grain of sand multiplied creates
Right?
that beach. So even
Right?
with a teeny tiny little thing, you keep doing that, and you're going to have a whole beach. You're going to have, a great big view. So
Right.
any little thing, and because I think everybody thinks I got to do these gigantic things. No, it's the little things that you accumulate and then you get in the habit of doing that's going to keep generating more grains of sand or more, things that you're going to, get, comfortable with. And then, they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, you're just doing it every day without even having to think about, oh, okay, wait a minute, let me check my list.
Right.
You just created, this whole new habit.
Right. And that's exactly right. Exactly what you were saying, exactly what all of the people we've talked about today have been saying in their books and their podcasts and all of that sort of thing, that it's not about the big thing at the end.
Right.
Our old friend Wayne Dyer always used to say that, which is, yeah, you can start with the end in mind. Okay. At the end of this process, I'm going to lose 20 pounds or whatever, but you can't live that. You have to live this today. What is the little thing that I'm doing today that points me in that direction where I might not have
Absolutely.
been pointing in that direction previously?
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then celebrate every little tiny thing that you do, every medium thing, every large thing, because the little ones are just as important as the big ones.
right. Because
So
they all
being,
add up and make the
yeah,
sand on the beach, like you just
yeah,
said. Yeah, no,
absolutely. So,
that's perfect.
and be patient too, be kind with yourself. Because that's the first thing you go, oh crap, I forgot to, do this or do that. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Like I'm trying to, I had that surgery and I'm using weights. So I try to use them every day. And sometimes I don't. And I'm going, oh, you forgot to do it. Why did you do that? And it's like, no,
Right.
tomorrow, first thing you're going to go downstairs and get those weights, and you just get in that habit of, okay, before I get my coffee, which is so vital to my life,
Right.
do your weights and then
Right.
get your coffee, you know.
Right.
So you
Whatever it,
just, yeah, whatever it needs to take, a sticky note on your bathroom mirror,
right.
whatever it takes for
Right.
you to just get into that habit of all of a sudden you just are doing it and you're not even thinking about it because you created that habit by being patient and being, consistent.
Yes. And with starting with the small thing. I'm not sure if it's in the book or not, but one of the habit forming things that that start with the small thing. Like I was saying, oh, I want to record a video today. All right, take out the camera, put the camera on the desk somewhere where I can see it. I want to go jogging. I want to get more exercise. Okay. The night before, put your sneakers out at the foot of the bed so that you get out of bed in the morning and you see, oh, sneakers. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you're both making it, you're doing two things. You are making it easier because
Yes.
you took a little small step first, and you're also reminding yourself, oh yeah, it is my intention to do the thing, as the kids say, do the thing. So
Do the
yeah, I
thing.
love that. So
And then at the
do
end
the
of the
thing.
day, yeah, do the thing. And then at the end of the day, go, wow, I look at what I did and feeling proud of
I did the
yourself.
thing.
You did the thing. And then the next morning you're going to go, well, it was good yesterday. Let's keep it going.
Right.
And
Let's
if
do it
you
again.
can't, and if you can't once in a while, be kind with yourself. That's really
Right.
important. Sometimes
Right.
life happens, and you
Right.
just go, okay, but then get back on it, again.
Perfect.
Be your own
Perfect.
best
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Good.
friend.
Once again, we have come to the end of the hour, and it always goes by so quickly because
I
we
know.
just had a good time doing it. If anyone would like to get in touch with you, Vicki Wagner, for a session or service or whatever the kind of thing that you do, doing the thing,
Doing
how
the
would they get
thing.
in touch with you? Doing the thing, how would they get in touch with you?
They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
There you go. And all of that will be on the show notes of this show, along with the link to Bill's YouTube channel, Bill's iPhone Tips. But I was going to say .com. It's not. There is a .com. I'm not
Oh,
sure what's there, but just go to YouTube and hashtag Bill's iPhone Tips, and you'll find me.
and
There
you're
you go.
you're going to get really good help too.
I'm going to get good out. Yeah, there you
You're the
go. Thank you.
best.
I hope so. That's my
You are.
intention anyway. All right. So, some ideas and some thoughts for getting the new year off to a good start. We hope we've been helpful. Of course, feel free to stop by the Facebook page and check in, and you'll see where as we post new shows and all of that stuff. And if you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them there as well.
Mhm.
And of course, also, if you're enjoying the podcast, wherever you happen to get the podcast from, I should have mentioned this an hour ago, but I'll
Yeah.
start a new habit next week by saying, wherever you get this podcast, on Apple or Spotify or YouTube Music, please feel free to leave a review, a 5-star review, and we'd appreciate the heck out of it. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, Ms. Vicki. Have a great week, everybody. We will see you again next week. I'm Bill Sklodowski. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Vicki Wagoner, wishing you a great week. And remember, always be your own best friend.